Danny turned to the sound of Sean bounding down the steps like he was falling down them. Already in uniform, Sean fairly burst into the room and marched straight to Danny. "There's my partner. How was your weekend, Officer Garcia?" Sean's face was ear-to-ear grin. "Pretty good." "That's great. Mine was fantastic, truly epic. I think I met her." If Danny didn't know better, he'd think Sean was on speed. "Met who, Sean?" "Her, man, the woman of my dreams." Danny turned to the other two officers. "Do you guys ever have a deja vu thing happen to you? Some guy repeating himself every time you start a new week?" "This isn't like that," said Sean. "Like that movie Groundhog Day where the same thing happens over and over." "Very funny, Danny, but I'm telling you, this time I really did meet someone special." "You boys talk about your little girlfriends amongst yourselves." Lenny and his partner had finished dressing for the shift. "My partner and I are going to head upstairs, find some adults to talk to." "Very funny, guys," Sean called after them as they started up the steps to the admin area. "Sean," said Danny, "you lasted about 2 weeks with the last woman of your dreams, and as I recall, she dropped you for another older guy, closer to her age, who was what, 18? "Very funny. And for the record, she was practically a college graduate." "Graduate? She couldn't have been more than 19 and a half. And only 9 credits shy of finishing her sophomore year. But this one is different." "Right. This one has a note from her mother saying it's okay for you to go out with her." Sean turned his head to the side, nodded knowingly, then began to chuckle. "I keep forgetting. Any woman under 30 is out of your league. You're intimidated by youth." "That's it, Sean. Still, you might want to check your new girlfriend's ID, make sure she isn't jailbait." "Do you even remember what it's like to be young? Or is that just a blur in your rearview mirror?" Okay, I'll play along. Who is this grown-up, and how did you meet her?" Sean closed his eyes and crossed his arms. "Actually, you might not be emotionally mature enough to understand a real relationship. I'd be wasting my words." "Sean, your mother must be thrilled that I've taken over raising you." Danny adjusted his belt and slammed his locker shut. "I'll bet this is the one. But can we talk about your future with your new girlfriend later? Let's go upstairs and see what's waiting for us this week." Sean ran up the stairs ahead of Danny. "You're unbelievable, you know that? I try and share something personal about myself, and you can't deal with it. I'd be better off in a canine unit." "Oh, Sean, that's too easy a setup. If it'll make you happy, go get a dog." Citizens were complaining about gangbangers on skateboards hanging around the Pearl Street garage downtown. Why otherwise rational adults thought that all teens on skateboards were hoodlums escaped Danny. But the job called for follow-up when citizens had concerns. The garage was a 3-story structure, open at all sides and the top. "It's nice outside. What say we park and walk it?" asked Danny. "Seriously? Is some kind of senior exercise program?" Danny answered with a stern glare and parked the car on the first level. Trouble wasn't likely, but the officers grabbed nightsticks as a precaution. "I don't hear any skateboarders," Sean half-whispered. Both men paused for a moment. "Nothing." He started walking. "You never did tell me about your weekend." Sean looked left to right as they walked. "Didn't I? Do you think it had anything to do with the fact that you wouldn't stop talking about yours?" "Okay, I show a little interest in your life and I get sarcasm in return." "God, you're so emotional today. Maybe you're the girl of your dreams, Sean." "Hey, you don't want to talk? Don't talk." "My weekend was too damn short, but all in all, okay." Something weird happened at church, though. The officers reached the second level. As usual, it was mostly empty, which was probably part of the appeal of it for skateboarding. Danny told Sean about his encounter with Rodriguez and subsequent meeting with Keenan. Sean laughed when Danny mentioned Wagon Eyes. The officers rounded the corner and reached the top level of the garage. Danny pointed to a small object ahead of him in the corner near the steps. "What's that?" He walked a little closer. "Looks like a tennis shoe from here," said Sean. "It's been run over a bunch." Sean pointed across the garage to another object. "And I'll bet that's its partner." Why would anybody leave a new pair of tennis shoes up here?